ZIZ Radio, entertaining the nation, enjoyed by the world.
Switch and get rich this Christmas with Digicel. You could win $15,000 cash in our grand prize sweepstakes when you make the switch. Switch from our freedom bundles and get primed with more data, more fun. Switch from prepaid and enjoy an unmatched digital experience with our dual postpaid bundles. Ditch those other guys and switch to Digicel for your chance to get rich. This Christmas, get a world of new digital experiences with Digicel. Now backed with even more data. Switch and get rich. Digicel, better together this Christmas.
Every Saturday from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., ZIZ Radio goes into overdrive with the Magic Fingers Ronnie Rascal Mega Mix Show. You heard?
Lock your dial to 96.1 FM.
It's the show that brings the vibes to your Saturday afternoon lime, bar hopping, party hangouts, or just driving around.
You don't want to miss the Saturday Mega Mix Show. You don't want to miss the Saturday Mega Mix Show.
It's old school and new school remixes by yours truly, Magic Fingers Ronnie Rascal, every Saturday from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. ZIZ Radio.
Catch Real Talk with real people on Frank and Candid with you, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. Monday through Friday from 11 a.m.
It's Frank and Candid on ZIZ Radio.
Okay, it's another session of Frank and Candid on ZIZ and its various platforms, and we welcome you as per usual. Today, a bright and promising to be sunny Monday, 23rd November 2020. As per usual, we are happy to be on this side of the land of the living, as it were, and we give thanks and praise to Almighty God. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to express the hope that you are generally adapting yourselves to the realities of COVID-19, those new changes, those new conditions that COVID has imposed on us. One second. Yes, and that we realize that it's a matter of adapting or dying. And too many persons have died already, heading for 2 million worldwide. And we would prefer that numbers cease from expanding. We're going to have a session devoted to COVID sometime soon. We're going to share a lot of information with you, and we're going to have a discussion as to the current status and where we're going, because it cannot be underestimated the ways in which this new disease has influenced the way we think and act, and how it has shaped our expectations of a daily life. And we wonder if we can continue to enjoy the privilege of planning weeks and months and years ahead, given the volatility, the unpredictability of COVID. Well, we know that for years, in as much as life is very certain, since we do not know when it will occur, we know that death is also very uncertain. But we used to, with some good measure, be able to plan for a year or two in advance, because we want to ensure that life continues, not only for us, but for those whom we love, especially those who are younger. But COVID has put an end to that to some extent. So let's see what will happen as we witness the unfolding and unfurling of a number of developments related to COVID. We're going to focus on that sooner than later. Today we have an open line. Last week, every day, we had some guests sharing with you. Every day last week, except for when the National Assembly met. This week, we're going to mix it up. We have open lines and we have some visitors. Today it's an open line. I want to begin or continue rather, by greeting some folks who listen regularly. Yes, but I want to first greet my sister, my younger sister in New Jersey, New York, Selena, who listens regularly, and my older sister, Hayla, in London, England, who also listens regularly with her family. So, welcome, sisters, and thank you for supporting me in this way. And it's nice to know that you're always in tune to Frank and Candid. Hayla in London, hope you are not being affected negatively by bad man COVID, and you're awaiting the reopening of your city, your country. And to Selena in New York, New Jersey, New York area, I want to wish you tremendous relief and success in all your endeavors. And I know your daughter just celebrated her birthday, I think it was yesterday. Okay, so the lines are open. Let's hear from the first caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, good morning, Dr. Blake.
Morning, sir.
I know you're doing good, so I ain't gonna ask you how you're doing. You don't boast on me, man. I got sisters away too.
Serious thing. I have 9 sisters, you know.
9?
You better believe it.
Okay, well, I ain't gonna tell you how much I got, because you will say, me mother get more than you mother.
And
I have 2 sisters in London.
Okay.
And you have 1 sister in London.
Yes.
Okay, that's lovely.
I also have 7 brothers, but carry on.
Okay. Now, Brother Blake, this corona business here, you know, it's been teaching the world it is not the normal as usual. It is a new norm. And every day we have to learn more and more about it. It's just like constructing a house. When you say that you finish with the house, you still have to look around inside the house to see if something there was undone. So it's a learning system for us. And some people don't seem to understand that we keep on learning. They expect the task force people to come with all the facts about this COVID thing one day. No, we are learning and we're correcting things as we go along. But I am waiting on whatsoever vaccine they say, well, hey, this one here is whether 99 and 100% good, 94, whatsoever. I am waiting to be in line. And I might get squeezed up in the line because I'm going to try to get it early too. That is how much I respect the scientists, them to bring some kind of vaccine. Now, this thing again about how the behavior of some people. Some of them is just hardened, disrespectful, and don't care. Not don't care, don't care.
Yeah,
they don't care who dead.
I remember that word, donkey.
Right. As long as they get what they want, they don't care who hurt for them to get what they want. And I am just asking people, look, man, just behave yourself and respect other people's life. If you respect your one, respect other people's life. Now, there are 2 things in my life, Mr. Blake, I don't like about people. I don't like nobody tell me no lie, and nobody thief. Now, if anybody who swear to uphold the law and enforce the law, and they come and tell me a lie, and they feel well then that they getting over me with a lie. When I find out by physical evidence that individual come tell me a lie, I will never respect the man God out in life again. Jesus Christ will have to come and say, culture, respect the woman, respect the man, respect the boy, the girl, or whatsoever it is. Because they have no reason to tell a lie.
Yeah, but people change, remember?
Yes, that's right. Discipline don't change, but people do. Now, that's another reason why you see a lot of people do not trust people to go and tell them certain things. Because when you think it's confidential, they breach your confidentiality. And the other person now going to take you make enemy. Now, we got some people out there planning to go and deface the laws and rules of the traffic. And I am saying to any traffic police, not even traffic police, a police, anybody you see trying to deface the signs that the traffic department put down anyway, don't even tell them stop it. Just give them the address over there where Mr. Limo house be. Give them the good address so they can't mistake any building for that. And let they go over there. Let who in there tell them the reason why they're going to penalize them. You're not supposed to to break the law. And they face what the police them put down. They put them down there for a reason. And whether you want to do this and do that, and you can abuse the police, that doesn't make it right. Two wrong don't make it right. And you got to respect the law. The law has no exception behind. Thank you, Brother Blake.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you for reminding the folks that they have a right to be wrong, but no right to do wrong. A right to be wrong, but no right to do wrong. Okay. Now, today really I wanted us to talk a little bit about life expectancy for men. I have concern. I have been for many years, ever since I was a youngster in high school and I first learned about the differences in life expectancy for men and women. And I was even more interested in learning that it does not apply only to St. Kitts or to other third world or developing countries, but to even larger, more developed so-called first world societies. And of course, in some areas it's worse than others. The gap between men and women is larger in some areas than in others. But here in the Caribbean, including our lovely St. Kitts, we find that the life expectancy of men is years, generally, on average, below that of women. And please don't call in and say, oh, I know a man who lived older than his wife, because of course we're going to have that. I can't think of any rule to which there are no exceptions. Alright? And sometimes the exceptions prove the rule, by the way. But definitely on average, generally, and that's how we have to speak. I find that except in rare cases when we want to use specific instances, we have to be speaking in general terms. Okay? So, why is it? That's the question, and I'd like some men to share with me, men and women. Why is it that the life expectancy of men, let's talk about Caribbean men, the life expectancy for Caribbean men is about almost 6 years on average below that of women. Especially, ladies and gentlemen, when we realize that more boys than girls are born in the world. For every 100 girls born, 105 boys are born at birth. However, we begin to see an inversion of these figures by the age of 15. In other words, the life expectancy for boys and girls remains fairly stable up to the age of 15. After that, women begin to outlive men. Let's take this caller. Hello?
Yes, but good morning.
Good morning to you.
The reason for that, woman out thing man, you got some man don't take care of themselves. You understand? And men don't like the doctors.
Yeah, but what about those men who do take care of themselves? Even they are living shorter lives than women generally.
That's so said?
That is also an interesting note, an interesting statistic. But you're right. Generally speaking, men tend to. But why is that so? Why is it that?
Listen, a man might get a problem, going with a problem for years, and he was they tell him, "Go doctor, come go doctor, come go doctor," and he wait till the very last moment. When he got doctor, everything come down on him. When he got take the surgery, his body can't take it because whatever sickness here, don't go into his bones, don't go into his body. So he just end up dying.
So why did he wait so long? Why are men waiting to the very last minute to go and get attention? Whether it be psychiatric, psychological, medical, therapeutic of any form. Why are they waiting? Why are we waiting so long?
I don't know. He got some man before to spend the money for no man. and before to spend it on themselves. Maybe that. Because if he was sick and he was after this, I'm sure he gonna take, even if he got to join bank book, he gonna do it. Mm-hmm. So he will get better. So men just don't care about themselves. You understand? They take more interest in the wife, maybe a keeper or whatsoever. You understand? Mm-hmm. And I believe men join out themselves too. With too much of women. Men want man, want a man. They got a wife and they got to keep her. And I believe that does shorten their life.
Yeah, well.
I believe that's the one that can shorten their life, you know?
Yeah.
But let me move on.
Sure.
Now, can't about the culture. The government do some things in town with the traffic, with the yellow line, to make the traffic flow. and no cars that jam up, especially down the bus terminal. And culture is alright that no government gon' make no vacancy if you got a business place there. To your park, to people come by. People park where they want to park and come by your business place and come by. But you got some people in this country got a problem with the government, so that the government got yellow line all over town. And what they're going to do, what they don't know, they'll take the white paint and paint up the yellow mark because they're banned in the country and no government supposed to put down the yellow line with part chi business place be and my business place be. And that is so ridiculous. You understand? You cannot tell people when they come drink. Because most of these people down the bus terminal we got a little bar. Some of them got a little fried fish, some of them got a little Johnny cake, some of them got a little sauce, some of them got a little goat water, some of them got a little snack. Some of them just sell all alcohol. When you buy a bar, when you drink sufficient, you must feel a little hungry, you want a little snack to something to mumble pan. You can't get it. So people prefer to go buy a bar where they could get piece of chicken to eat when they start to drink. A piece of barbecue chicken, a snack, or something. You can't go all rum in your bar and sell people. You understand? People don't come drink rum every day. And there's some people problem with the government and the business. So the government must come down and make a business for them. And make people come support the business. Okay then, Brother Blake?
Okay, as far as I know, the licensing authority or the traffic department has a right to plant yellow lines on any public space. They cannot infringe, of course, on people's private property. So they cannot mark your wall. And I think the exceptions are in front of where a private house has a garage. That garage must have the individual must have free entrance and exit, so that no yellow lines are to be painted in front of an individual's garage. But anywhere else, on public, so-called government-owned property, the licensing authority has a right to impose traffic restrictions of whatever kind or sort. And I am not aware that individuals have a right to undo that. So I think it would be an offense of whatever magnitude to repaint, to be audacious enough to take white paint to paint over lines that have been put down in yellow. I also am not aware that an individual has a right to put a yellow line anywhere, including in front of his premises, if he doesn't want anybody parking there. I am going to seek clarification on that. Whether an individual has a right, whether a business owner or private property has a right to put down a yellow line anywhere at all in order to avoid people parking there. So that's something we need to discuss. But back to the question of life expectancy for men. Mr. Politics is right. Sexual indiscretions, sex maniacs, as it were, persons who engage in risky sexual behavior, who want to prove their sexual dominance, men who want to prove their sexual prowess, and so they engage in a lot of unnecessary sexual activity, to put it that way. They too are contributing to reducing their life expectancy. I'm going to share with you some other information in a minute after we take this caller. Hello.
Morning, Mr. Blake. How are you?
Morning, sir. I'm fine.
Good, as usual. And I hope a lot of men have the opportunity to listen.
Yes.
And it comes down to men have a tendency, as Mr. Politics just said, they go into the doctor. There's a lot of men, I don't know, for whatever fear. Men, I think it's changing as time goes by, but there was a time men just never used to want to go to the doctor for whatever reason. So by the time they do get to the doctor, it's too late. And the deterioration, as you rightly say, the deterioration as you get older, because our bodies is made up of a lot of tissues and different things, and just like a car, as you get older, you know what I mean, you have to realize. But some men, for some reason, I don't know, maybe this macho thing in their head. So you find, you know what I mean, a gentleman is going to be 60, and he want to have a girlfriend or a wife 20 something. That is just a matter of time. it's gonna take a toll on that person. It's just reality. So it's a lot of factors. I think that's why men normally, depart this life before women, because women have a tendency, they go to the doctor regularly, and they after a while they just relax. Your body as you get older, you need more rest. A lot of persons see the reverse. When you get older, they think you're supposed, because my thing is that as you get older, you're not supposed to be having 3 and 4 jobs, Mr. Blake. It's going to take a toll on you eventually.
Yes.
It's no maybe about, if vehicles can cry out for parts, what about your body? So that is just, There's a lot of factors why men just have this tendency to feel like, and I don't know if it's because of the culture, how we were brought up. Sometimes maybe we, the next generation, need to teach our youths, the boys in particular, teach them differently. Because, you grow up with this macho thing, and men not supposed to cry, a lot of things men not supposed to do. But after a while, it's just reality. I am a realist, so the reality is that these things after a while they take a toll on you. So, I say, if car can break down, our body is even, more tender than even a car that cannot feel.
Okay.
In relation to you was talking about the lines. The licensing authority have the sole responsibility for placing lines. So, persons sometimes I think mix it up, because the reality is that once the line is placed, the licensing authority have the authority to do that. So, person are not supposed to be defaced, and it shows how brave and disrespectful we are coming. We a person can reach to that stage, actually painting the yellow line white or whatever color they want to, just to accomplish whatever mission they have. It's unfortunate. The reality is, again, Mr. Blake, there's a lot of vehicles in the place, so person have to realize you make up your mind. Is either to carpool, because that's what I do. If I realize, okay, then I'm going town and there's no need for me to have a chance, I'll catch a bus. It's much easier for me once I don't have a lot of things to deal with. But some person want to, if they're going by Rams, they want the car park by Rams. Them from Rams, they want to go cable, they want the car park. It's impossible. That's not going to work in 2020. There's too much vehicles on the road. So you have to make up your mind to do some walking or leave your vehicle home, catch a bus, do your shopping, come back home. Have a good day, Mr. Blake.
Thank you very much. And with respect to the idea of carpooling, ladies and gentlemen, I sometimes think it would be good to conduct a survey to find out how many persons travel by themselves in their vehicles. What percentage of vehicles coming into and going out of Bastille are occupied by just the driver? Because then that would support or defeat the argument for carpooling. If most of the vehicles are already carrying 3-4 persons, then of course carpooling already takes place in a manner of speaking. If on the other hand most of them are occupied by 1 person or 2 maximum, then there is need for carpooling, and that's something we need to pursue. Let's take this other caller. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yes, what happened to men, right? They don't want to take no vitamins and all them after a while. They say, oh, I had that when I was young, and this and that. You're supposed to still maintain your body, just like how you maintain a car. You're doing a weed eater, you're doing, landscaping, you maintain that. So that's what you're supposed to do. As some men around you beg them to go doctor, they wouldn't go like one day my husband was sick. And he said, I want to go doctor now. Which, I said, look at that. When I told him, man, we're going to check up with this doctor, because I could start to go to the doctor. So I said, let me link him up to the doctor and whatever. I'm not going to win. So then how he took ill, and I Saturday at that. And the doctor office was closed, and he had like a terrible pain in his domino. And he there grown, and I said, see, I told you to go doctor. You didn't go doctor. Just go forward. Your body ain't got to be feeling sick to go to a doctor. You just go and hear how your heartbeat is, how your pressure, blood pressure is, if you high or low on blood sugar is. But some men are very hard getting them to the doctor. So I believe some of them they die very foolishly. And as the gentleman said, some men again, when the guy who called in and said men who wanted younger people or younger woman. Yeah, what happens? Some of them, they got this phrase in them. Oh, I want somebody young. Oh, they're gonna make me feel good. It's nonsense, right? Because at the end of the day, you just you're just messing with your health. Which I get I get a video saying, what a man in his 60, 70 going up for want somebody in the 25, 30. When he home a snow, the girl sneak up on and the strip with somebody young. I nearly did. I said, Mr. Blake, how they put it over? I got to laugh to me cook. I said, oh, look who came up with that deal. It sounds so good. But you don't go in the mountain with your cattle, them running behind your cattle and come down and say you're going to do land, landscaping, still running up in a common tree. Well, you get time, but want somebody young, somebody just all in your mind. At the end of the day, the person just gets strooped, the thing get fed up on you and go where they want, and you're going to offer them, murdering, threaten them, which that ain't going to help to you. You look somebody, if you're 58 or 59, look somebody maybe 51, 54 going up there. Come both of you will understand each other now. Not be running up and down with somebody wanting young, somebody tell me, I want somebody 30, I want somebody 35, oh please. What you want with those kind of age? The person just take your use your for tool, take your far right and then laugh at you just fall for money. So the men need to take care of themselves. Use the calcium, use the vitamin, and get your body. Drink cuddly while still in Mr. Lake. I was about 5 years ago. I went to the doctor and I was telling him, mini hurting. And he asked me, do you drink, when last you drink some cuddly oil? I said, oh my. I didn't know you could still be drinking it, going straight drinking it. So I started to buy it. And I started to drink it. This guy was a complaint to me, said, oh, mini hurting me. He climbed from a tamarind tree and he need to take care. He said, once I worry about people in the 30s.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, we must admit that there are some women, young women so-called, who date only older men. There's no question about that. So we can't just blame the men themselves. There are a number of young women in their 20s and 30s, who definitely want men and only seek men who are much older than they are, sometimes old enough to be their fathers. And then we can't just write off so-called older men just by virtue of their age, because we do know that some men in their 60s and 70s are just as virile as men in their 20s and 30s. We cannot gainsay that fact as well. All right, cod liver oil, I'm glad the lady mentioned that, because I have been taking cod liver oil capsules for the past 100 years, and I find that they work well. Okay, I used to give my children when they were younger the liquid, but I would always take the capsules, and I've been taking them ever since 1910. All right, so there are four major factors which PAHO has identified, the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, as factors which predispose men to shorter lifespan than their female counterparts. They hardly visit the doctor, sexual excess, they fail to discuss their emotions, and risky behaviors. With respect to risky behaviors, I think about traffic accidents in particular. And when was the last time that an accident which was due to speeding, turning corners too fast and so on, involved a woman behind the wheel? When we look at the statistics, a number of persons die, thousands of persons die on the road every year around the world. How many of them are caused by reckless, dangerous driving and speeding, where the woman is the driver is a female, the driver is a woman? Very, very large percentage. In the vast majority of cases, the drivers are men. Risky behavior. On motorcycles, for example, we hardly see women riding motorcycles in the first place. So almost every case of a motorcycle accident or incident involves a male. Okay? I remember as a youngster wanting to change all four gears in a very short distance and ended up falling. Okay, never been on one since. Okay. Let's take another caller. Hello?
Yeah, Brother Blake.
Yes.
Megan, I always in favor of a younger woman to be my wife. About maybe 15 years younger than me, 10 years younger than me. You know the reason for that, Brother Blake?
No, but that's your personal thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, the reason for that, when some woman reach in the 40s, the late 40s, some of them, something they go touch them, they don't want to touch them. You understand? Some of them, when they reach the menopause, some of them, they don't have no more feeling for man and all those things. A man up to 60, 70 years could go erect and even get a child still. When some woman reach in the 40s, they can't get a child. They're locked down there. So a man always got to be, a husband got to be always older than a wife. Especially if the man treat his body good. And that's why you see me so plump and good walking around and so fit will do behind me animals and do this and do that. Because I always look a younger person. You understand? I always feel comfortable with a younger woman than me. Because I got in a older woman than me who don't know. Nobody could tell them nothing. I prefer to get somebody who to bring up with me, train her with me. And she will get there and get understanding. Because a lot of these young girls, young women, went through a lot of problem with younger men. And some of them in life now, the people to hold on to an elderly man to take care of them and stay with them. It ain't all the young women them out there like. You understand? But the break?
Yes, sir.
So I could sit with that with a man with a younger woman.
Okay.
I could sit with that all the time.
Very well.
Because in the future, the cause of that a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. That is his own personal view, his own personal position, and of course we have to respect that. Of course, no man can force himself on any woman. So whether the woman is young, middle-aged, or whatever age, if she wishes to accept a man who approaches her, then that's also her prerogative, that's also her choice. And we also have to respect that. So men, the life expectancy of men are years below women for a number of reasons, as we said earlier. They are also involved in higher rates of suicide. We gave you that statistic last week. Homicide as well. I mean, when we look at homicides, ladies and gentlemen, in St. Kitts and around the world, it's almost chalk and cheese when we compare the number of victims and perpetrators of homicides. Men are there. Men are there. All right, in comparison with women. Let's take another caller. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, good morning. I'm listening to y'all conversation and they give all the earthly reason why why women outlive men. But I'm gonna go the biblical way. Have you considered because Adam, the commandment was given to Adam, do not eat from the tree. And Adam did eat. So maybe that's why women outlive men, because men disobey the command, the order that was given to them. Men left the post where God placed them. Remember, Adam was the head. He was in charge of everything in the garden. And he let his wife went astray. So maybe that's why women outlive men. You have a blessed day. Okay. Men, get back to line. Take up your position.
Okay, so Adam followed his wife in sinning and eating of the fruit. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, including Bible scholars, no way that the Bible said it was an apple. But whatever the fruit was, it could have been a grape, could have been a guinea. Whatever the fruit was, Adam succumbed and ate following his wife. And the lady suggesting that, I'm not sure I can establish a direct connection there, but that is her position there. All right. However, this exercise of masculinity, of maleness, of manliness, of machismo, as it were, that men tend to practice, and I believe falsely, is itself a dangerous practice, a dangerous phenomenon. Because when men engage in these risks, they are also putting at risk several others. Let's take this caller first before we expatiate on that. Hello, caller.
Yeah, good morning.
To you.
The discussion about men having younger women.
No, we're talking about why men live shorter lives, why men's lives tend to be shorter than women. And one of the reasons we're suggesting is men's sexual behavior. Mm-hmm.
I have some advice for older men who like to mingle and mix with younger women.
Uh-huh.
Your text had a song that said they're just buying a book for some young man to read.
Uh-huh.
Okay? That is my take on that.
So what's your advice?
Hmm?
You said you have some advice for men. What's the advice you have?
Stay in your lane.
Oh, okay. I see.
Okay.
Very well. Whatever that means. Stay in your lane. Let's take another caller.
Brother Blake.
Yes, sir.
That's how you make me laugh. Stay in your lane. But you know what's power say? Age is just a number. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
And if a person do not take care of the body, do not expect that body to stay up at 9 o'clock. It will stop at 6:30. Because you know a service the machine in the clock.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore don't expect your clock going to tell you 9 o'clock when you're looking for 9 o'clock. It would move from the bottom of the clock there. All hell broke loose. That's a funeral home you carry with you.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've been to Brother Brown, Brother Cano, Methodist Sunday School. And I asked the Sunday school teacher what kind of fruit it was in the garden that Adam wasn't supposed to eat. Why? Because I want to know, because if we're going through the forest, I might pick the wrong fruit and poison. And when I asked them what kind of fruit, they just laugh. Tell me, man. Because, I mean, it's God that to take a rib out of Adam to make Eve. So man and woman cannot be the same, on the same level, physically.
I agree.
And let me show you an experience here. One time I was going to New York, a 4th of July afternoon, Eve. And when we board the plane in St. Thomas, me and my girlfriend are sitting and I drink 3 beers on the plane. And it's 4 times I get up and went to the bathroom in the plane. And she leave from St. Thomas one pee-pee. And so much of pride, she ain't get up and pee-pee till she reach New York and take up she car and we went home, you know. I said, look how many times I went. Why are you afraid to go in the bathroom? So woman got a kind of pride one man don't have. A man will lean up by a toothpick if he want to urinate. But a woman can pass 4 houses, 2 mango tree, and stoop down and pee-pee. And one thing happened to one of them at a time. They went so far to look a safe place to pee-pee. And they ain't get to pee-pee, you know. And they go and they pee-pee up the foot. Because when they stoop down, a big jack spanner nest fly off from under the car wheel and sting on your face. And the same thing what she never wanted to do, she end up doing. So when it comes to that, man and woman different. And a woman ain't got to be 30 years and a man 70 or 50. He got man out there 75 going up to 80 and the firing shots, no blank. But like the guy said, stay in your lane, do not get trouble that woman, that dangerous woman called Miss Boyago. She kill near go. Keep from she fellows. When you tie your blow, take it off and put it on in your toilet. Thank you, Blake.
Okay. With respect to the question of wanting to pee and not peeing, we know that doctors have strongly advised against that. And that the recommendation is as soon as nature calls, you should respond. As soon as possible. This is why in schools, teachers have been instructed to let children do their number 1 and their number 2 whenever they ask for it. You can't tell the child, no, wait till break time, wait till lunchtime. Because the doctors have established, science has established that it's dangerous to the body. Let's take this caller.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, Brother Blake, what happened to these young men now, I believe from all in the 70s, come down to the 80s, to the 90s, what happened to them? They ain't taking no call. You remember, you just go back in time. When you were small, your mother mixed in an egg, and some things they come take your card. put in the milk in it, mix it up a little, come take your cattle, drop in some steel drop. Remember steel drops?
No, I don't.
Yeah, well, you saw a thing Miss Carrot sell. I think drugstores are still sell it.
Okay.
These young men ain't doing that. You know what a steel drops is? A Guinness. Guinness and Guinness. That is not good. They need to get the thing. You know, on the week, through the week, you're busy working. On Sunday, you sit down and card. Remember the cardle too? The thing. You do it with a soft egg. I mean, you do your thing, not card, they call it poached egg. You take a poached egg, a fowl egg, a local fowl egg, and you do that sauce and all that people, like, they used to get real ingredients from. Not these young men, I just watch them, Mr. Lake just drinking it. I don't watch them drinking about 5-6 Guinness. So
yeah, take 30 seconds more, please.
Huh?
Yeah, take 30 seconds more. We're kind of getting close to the end.
Yeah, man, you ain't taking care of yourself.
Yes.
Well, politics, you need some card. We ain't got enough in the body.
Okay. Now, thank you. Yeah. I was saying earlier that more boys are born than girls, and by the age of 15, the life expectancy begins to change in favor of women. So whereas by the age of 15, the life expectancy for boys and girls is fairly constant, fairly similar. By the age of 80 now, 80, there are 190 women for every 100 men. Imagine that. So at age 15, it's 1 to 1. But by age 80, it's 190 women for every 100 men, which means that women are outliving men by a large portion, a large number in very many societies. Let's take this one. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes, I'd like to just make a little point.
You're welcome.
Yes, since I've known myself and reached to adult age, I realize that men has a lot of problems. And many a times, they are the one who calls it on themselves. Sometimes, yes, let's deal with an ageable person. Let's border it at around 60. I have no problem with a man who is 60, 75, up to 75, who still feels that he is in line of being sexually active. I have no problem with that, because if it's in you, it's you. If that is what your desire is, and you can prove it, I have no problem. But I think that sometimes, because they live such a life, a certain type of life, and sometimes it may not work out as to the way how they thought it would have worked out, they get irritated along the line. And sometimes when they meet certain people, they feel that they could still push that kind of life that they thought and know that they used to live before. It can't work like that. Everybody is different in their own way. Everybody have their way of dealing with different things, situations. And I believe if a man feels to himself that a woman too, he can be in line of still having that type of relationship, all is well. I have no problem. Because I believe if I live to reach the age of even 80 plus, and I can have a man around me who is still inclined with that type of relationship, oh yes, I'm going to live it. You know? But sometimes we have to understand that as we get older, our body starts to decline in certain things. We may need to do certain other things to help it. But sometimes we don't. Sometimes many of us, we don't take the time out to really treat our body as we should. There are some guidelines in health that we need to follow, but we don't do it, you know. And so many a times, a lot of the good things that we should have had in our lives just dwindle away. But yet still, we're strong in our mouth to say this and say that, but we can't operate as to how we want or we would like to. Sometimes you may have a partner who is willing to work with you, but because of certain obstacles that you've been through, it just messes about there. And you go back to it, oh, when I was this and when I was that, I used to do this. But then you have to remember, times have changed, your body has changed. And so there are some things you can't do that you still want to do. And you get irritated, even more irritated with the other person who comes along and who tries, would like to help you to reach there. So, we just have to, help each other. We just have to help each other.
Thank you.
Because to be loved all the time, it's a wonderful thing. That's all I have to say.
Thank you very much. I agree with the lady here. People must know. People must understand, know, and respect their bodies and the signs that their bodies are giving them with respect to when to desist from engaging in certain behaviors. However, the science has already established that being sexually active for long periods, even including into so-called old age, leads to longer, healthier, and more satisfying lives. So, because a man is 75 or 80 or 95 doesn't mean he should automatically stop being sexually active. If his body allows him to continue to be so, then more power to him. So it's not a matter of age, it's a matter of the condition of the body that should dictate whether one engages in sexual activity or not. But the recommendation from doctors generally is that men and women should continue engaging in sexual activity, especially as husband and wives, for as long as physically possible and comfortable. Let's take this caller.
Yeah, Brother Blake. That last female caller could not say it better.
Right.
She's all right. Because, Brother Blake, I believe one of the reason why women have a longer lifespan than men. Men harass the body too much. Just imagine one man one control 5 women maybe in the community where he lives. You understand? One man control 3 women. He got to go buy this or that. He got to go buy his wife. He got to go buy 3 and them. And that will stress him out. That will bring him down. So he ain't have no time for himself. He got time for he keep his wife and he keep them. And that's why not a man just join out like that and work hard. You got some man just work hard and don't pay attention to the bed at all. I know some man just walk with bread and maybe allow him drink a poison and the construction job. And all day they work, not just a little piece of food, nothing. And every day they come with that. And sometimes when they go home, maybe they go by the Chinese, eat a little Chinese white rice or something. And those things. You got some man that don't keep the body healthy at all. I see for myself. I work in the sugar industry. Cut cane. And I see man just walk with bread and thing and work all day. When they go get up a mountain cook some food or something, if me get up in time, my mom will get up and help me cook. You understand? Because all the time I live home with my mom. So I believe that the lady make a good point.
Okay.
Yeah, just now, yeah man.
Alright, thank you. Definitely. Alright. So let's go back to some of what we were talking about after we take this call then. Hello, caller.
Yes, Mr. Blake. I want to say kudos and more power to the sister. But on my speaking of my behalf, I don't know God let me and my husband to live 80 and those things. I don't think I want anybody bothering me. I think those golden years, we should spend more time in the Bible and swear a lot more.
I put it to you. You will change your mind when you get there. You will change your mind. I'm putting it to you that you will change your mind when you do get to that age. You're saying that now, but when you get there, it will be a different ballgame.
Just God permits.
Of course.
But you're blessed day.
Thank you. All right. I was saying that men engaging in risky behavior.
Yes. Brother Blake.
Yes, sir.
Me good friend, could say what she like. Now and later to different time. If you reach to 8, let's say you reach up to 85 or 80 and your blood still feel like it's boiling, but you know the limb done broke. All I have to do is go hug up in your bed and squeeze, but not kill one another. So not come say about man must go sit down and keep still. All we have to do is to clean out your body and neutralize your body replenish your body, and then all your vital organs in there going to be ticking and clicking. Never mind the external organ, one limb don't work. They will have to carry in a welding shop to put on a rod to get heat in a different direction. But this thing here with woman and man, Methuselah was 100 and something years.
969, if you please.
Oh yeah, 900. And I show Methuselah the one he thing. He the one he thing. Once you are alive, you should be able to do certain things, man. Come on, people.
Well, I understand that when Methuselah was 700, he used to say he's going on the road to look for a young woman. What age? And when he was asked what age, he said about 300.
Yes. Well, anyway, I want to say I agree with the lady before Mr. Politics they come in. The lady said it right. You all are one, husband and wife, for better for worse. To have and to hold. If she no want to give you hold up, the police could lock you up. That's why you're saying for to have and to hold. But don't damage you.
Okay.
All right, then, Brother Blake. Thanks for the little humor we got here.
Yeah, well, humor is always welcome. Listen, the doctors are recommending, of course, that laughter is one of the best, if not the best medicine that's available for man. It has so much therapy, so much therapeutic value in laughter. We have time for just maybe one or two more calls, but I wanted to share, and I might very well continue this discussion tomorrow. We have someone on the line. Let's take him or her. Hello.
Yes. Brother Beck, I must commend you on the good job that you're doing.
Thank you.
One of the things that people don't realize, it starts from the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible speaks about, in Genesis chapter 1, 29, it speaks about the herbs bearing seeds are the things we're supposed to eat. That was created by God when he made Adam and Eve.
Okay.
Now he also placed Adam first, and then he placed another woman because he needed Adam to have a companion.
Right.
Now we are supposed to follow these principles. You see, we eat a lot of wrong things that we are not supposed to eat. And that's what happens. The food that we put in our bodies, that's what endangers us. And one of the things as men, we don't like to do checkups. I am almost 70, and thank God I'm very healthy because of my lifestyle. I eat a lot of greens, eat a lot of vegetables, things that pertain into what the Bible says. One of the other things, too, that we are not doing is to fast. And fasting is very, very, very important. You see, these are things that the Bible recommended for us to do, and we are not doing this. So when we are disobedient, we pay the consequences.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to have to cut you short, but I want you to do me a favor, please. Tomorrow we're going to continue this discussion. I want you to call back in tomorrow and talk to us about fasting. How should fasting be engaged in? What forms should fasting take? How often should one fast? I think it's very important that you mention that because definitely fasting helps to rejuvenate the body. But we're out of time now, as it were. Please try and call back tomorrow and have some information for us with respect to this matter of fasting. What form should it take? How long should it last? How often should we engage in it? Thank you very much. Look forward to hearing from you tomorrow.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, that was our last call for today. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We will continue the discussion tomorrow since we have another open line and we'll see how much we can learn from each other. Until then, therefore, please do the right thing.
ZIZ Radio, entertaining the nation, enjoyed by the world.
My favorite time of the year is Christmas.
Advertise on ZIZ Radio, ZIZ Television, Big Wave, and our online platforms to reach more customers this holiday season. Let ZIZ tailor a holiday advertising solution to meet your need of reaching more customers during this period of increased shopping. Bring more customers to your business with a tailored